How we doing? Alright, what do I need to wipe? Okay, I haven't played this in a while. Do I just need to delete one of these? Okay, I was saving... God, these ones are old. That's more recent than this one is. So Sanctuary Fortress, I think I was just saving boss checkpoints. Pirate Homeworld, so that's probably Ridley in Prime 3, Omega Ridley. Quadraxis in Prime 2, and then New Game in Prime 1. Completed on normal. Okay. We'll just use the far right slot. This will be our 100%. And I have not 100% Prime 3 ever. I did a 100% completion of Prime 1 before. And I may have only been 99%. I don't remember. uh... Who the heck was that? Did I let a friend play on here? Don't know, don't care. I don't have that beard anymore, though. Alright, we'll just go with that Nimrod right there. How about that? Start single player Metroid Prime. Normal is too easy for Prime 1. But I'm not going to do hard. I'm not going to do Veteran on Prime 2. Veteran Prime 2 is a good deal harder than Veteran on Prime 1. I might have a little trouble with the drones, with the bugs that give you the missile launcher in Chozo Ruins. The Hive Totem? Is that what it's called, right? Alright, since it's a new profile, it's not going to let me skip cutscenes. Goodness, that's... Dude, you can see the seams. It's like center screen going up to the top left. That's where the images of the stars meet up. Wow. What a classic, ain't it? So how the heck are we all doing? Ezra, how you feeling? How's life treating you? I know 2021's again off to a rough start, which I totally called, by the way. I knew 2021 wasn't going to be a magical reset switch, but goodness gracious, I did not expect this day to go the way it did. But what can you do? Oh, man. God, I love this music. This game is great. It's just so good. I can't get enough of this game. I can't just, like, play it all the time. I have to take a break on occasion, but, God, just replaying it after, like, a year, I could do that for the rest of my life and probably never get tired of it. Oh, did you see that little boost out of her backpack? She can't just magically jump that high. Her suit gave her an assist. I love that. I also love the mini jetpack thruster she has. Heads up display kicks in. It's beautiful, ain't it? Someone should take a picture. And boom, teleported. Beep boop. Beep boop. Beep boop boop. I gotta scan it on the surface. Yep. Energy field in place. I just jumped over the energy field to get in here. Now my ship's like, oh, I can't move. Besides, we're not leaving until we're done. Huh. Interesting that they didn't give you a combat encounter of some kind. I feel like if this game were made more recently, with the same map layout, this place would have been like, oh hey, there's like a little drone floating around outside and he gives you a quick combat challenge. Makes sense as to why there's no pirate presence immediately upon your arrival. Environment unstable. There's probably some detected exterior damage. Biohazard research. Airlock. Exterior docking hangar. Oh, hello. Dead parasite corpse. I love this touch, because dude, this was like 2002. They didn't have to put that detail in there. They got real with the sci-fi, and I love it. I think people have said this place has Nostromo vibes from Alien. Severing of the spinal cord. Of course, there's a giant feckin' claw on him. There's only a couple actual logbook entries on the frigate. None of the pirate troopers are actually logbook scans. Scan what I'm pointing at, toolbag. Death caused by acid burns to body. Chemical type unknown. Dude, the guy is leaking. How have I never noticed that? Thrown over a railing, burned all over his body. Then I only picked this up a few playthroughs ago. You can actually scan the tail. Mouth-like orifice, most likely used for birthing offspring. And it's like, oh, there's no genus data for this kind of creature in galactic records. Good hint that they're doing biological experiments and that they like genetically splice this creature. Excessive blunt cranial trauma. So his head's jammed into the floor. Goodness, I wonder what caused all that. Something literally blowing up in his face, or a creature slamming it. How did that parasite specimen get into that room? Did it crawl through these tunnels? That thing's too big for this area. Sorry, I just gotta take off my left hand pressure glove. Ah, not what I wanted. So yes, I'm going for 100% scan and collections. So logbook, creatures, research, ammunition, it's all going to be maxed out. So there's my first research scan. Map station. There is one missable pirate log entry. I know what room it's in. And then of course the Parasite Queen is a one-time scan. I think the actual parasite creature itself is as well. I'll have plenty of opportunities to scan those, but I can't get complacent. I have to be very careful on this entire playthrough. Even veterans can lose their way once in a while. Beep boop. Wub wub. Specimen cell B. Status unknown. Rejection of phasing compound detected. Both legs are broken. Poor guy. I like this one. Severe internal damage detected. Where's the... Oh, he's not on this deck, that's why. 10 energy. Small energy unit. What a small unit. I can also get the... What's this one called? Auto defense turret. Small missile ammunition replenishes 3. Yeah, that's one of the few things they actually changed in the trilogy version. they added small missiles in that are under 5. Because in regular old Prime, you had the 5s and you had like the 10s, the ones that were like double stacked on top of each other. And this is the first chronological log in the Pirate Data log book. I like this specimen, ribcage torn open, so like dissection. Specimen has been horribly mutated, no life readings. Maybe this is a creature they used to try and create the Ida, the whatchamacallit in the first place? Parasite Queen. It's an tropic life form, unstable, and it looks like those, I don't know what they're called, but, you know, like Super Metroid and Fusion. They're the creature that looks like that image on the left. Never actually put them in the game. Parasite larva. That's the one. But I have more to scan later. But anyways, I was saying they only had the 5 and the 10 missile ammo packs in this game. So they added a 3 and gave it a new player model and everything. So we got the 1 lore scan that isn't available after this area. That's a war wasp. I love this right here. This is great. This is an example of great design. Brain hemorrhage detected. Creature's aim will be hindered. Avoid damage by using quick movements. If you don't have know-how on dashing yet, you can get a little bit of practice right there. This one has suffered minimal damage. Use caution. But he's still not a pirate trooper logbook entry. Defiant to the end. Even the horribly wounded ones still try to pop some shots on you. It's good just to end them there and let them be done. We need to prolong a painful death that he's already been expecting for however many minutes. Change codes every other lunar cycle. Obstruction and reactor ventilation system. Oh. Right. The holograms go offline for a moment. Ventilation covers may become superheated if airflow is restricted. Unusual thermal readings should be reported to the deck engineer on duty. See? Every deck has an engineer. Freaks like space pirates, even though they have horrible ethical implications behind their experiments, they still at least try to take a kind of workplace safety approach to things. If only for a minimal, hey, we got to keep our ship from blowing up capacity with deck engineers. Like, hey, report to this guy if this kind of crap is happening so we can fix it. It's nice. There's a logical chain of command, and they really flesh it out. This game is just so well made. Oh, I'm gonna gush over this stupid thing forever. Severe lacerations to the abdomen. Now that is not a comfortable way to go. I thought there were more parasite larvae to kill on the way to the first boss. And it's more of a tutorial boss than first boss. Minimal injuries assessed. What's that? Cranial? Death caused by removal of internal organs. Hardcore. Actually took 5 units of damage. Or 4. You actually don't need to bomb. You just gotta wait for the door to, like, power down and open up. And the sensors for those guys don't trigger until you've actually passed the threshold of the room. Because I'm guessing you can't really trigger. You actually can trigger enemy AI from a room other than you're in. It's just something about the turrets. Apparently the turrets can't get a lock on you without you actually being in the room. At least I would think. I mean, it seems logical, right? I don't know. If I had David Kirsch, one of the developers of the game, in chat. That would be nice. He was, there's this really great speedrun of the game from, pull it up on YouTube. I think it's Awesome Games Done Quick 2016. Just search, AGDQ Metroid Prime Zoid, Z-O-I-D, because David Kirsch, his nickname is Zoid, was on Skype call for the, like, hour, 15-minute speed run. They got some developer insight. It was a lot of fun. I like Metroid Prime streamers. They're always kind of fun to watch. Partially eaten. Nice. And I am a dingus. Power down. Take off like 4 locking mechanisms and then open the 4 main hatches. Now that you're actually in the reactor core, take a stop before you move much further. No life signs, green blood all over the place, which is awesome. Still contain a heat signature. They have not been here for very long. So whatever has been eating these things spat the corpses into the freaking corner of the room. Large amounts of blood missing from the carcasses may have been used for nourishment. Pattern consistent with predator behavior. You walk that far and it triggers a cutscene. And there's no going back. The tutorial boss of the game is pretty dang easy. Next time I stream this, I'm definitely gonna go back to my vintage Metroid visual setup and have my webcam plugged in and ready to go. This freaking music. A tutorial boss has no business being this awesome on the music front. What the frick even is this game? Parasite queen, parasite female, genetically enhanced by unknown means. Weak spot in the creature's mouth. User auto-targeting to acquire it. Presence of a potent mutagen. Origins unknown. Creature exhibits the ability to fire weapons-grade blasts of energy from its mouth, a trait not present in the standard parasite genome. It appears the pirates have begun a bioengineering program with considerable results. I actually got a charge shot through that one time. It was awesome. Oh, yeah, I forgot about the medals. Interesting way to unlock stuff, but the stupid thing is the trade credit ones that you can't redeem anymore. I actually think my Wii version of this game, because I actually own it on Wii disc, it's the reason I bought a Wii back in 2011, I believe. I found it at GameStop for like 80 bucks. It's actually the game. I didn't live near this GameStop at the time, but the one like a mile away from me had it. And I remember finding it, like, I bought it, and then, like, next paycheck, I bought a Wii, and the Wii was only slightly more expensive. The Wii was only, like, $100 at the time. Ah, good times. Man, a decade ago, a Wii cost about the price that you could get a freaking, I don't know, like, funny thing is, like, an old model Xbox One now is selling for like under $200, because the Series S is like $299. Unfathomable. I never could have guessed that the smaller of the new gen Xbox console would be that cheap. I actually lost a bet, and I still owe my buddy Bronson some money for that. I literally bet on it, like, you know what, I'm gonna buy you a drink if you were right. And he was right, so I gotta own up and I gotta get him his poison of choice. I'm like, you know what, let's actually make it like a Christmas gift. I'm gonna buy him and his wife some champagne and get it mailed over. Only thing is, I have not done that yet. I know you're not here in chat, Lasky, but I am so sorry I haven't kept that promise. I'll own up to that. I'll pop in our chat and own up to that next week when I get paid. Okay, so I got the map and the save station research data. I got the Parasite Larva, I got the Turret, I got the Parasite Queen. And, spoiler alert, there is a... Okay, they actually didn't design it into this room. When I revisit the crashed frigate, one of those pillar rooms I was just in, those pillar-shaped rooms, has a heat vent that will actually be where you use the thermal visor to supply power to the door, but they don't actually... They're not actually in the map here, so it's like something they add later in, you know? If you're paying attention, these grooves should trip you off to like, hey, wait, something's wrong. Otherwise, you get hit by that and it gives you some damage. It'd be cool if the thing actually straight up killed you. But no, it just damages you, and I don't remember how much. If I had a soundboard, I would have put on the Ridley X from Metroid Fusion. The and it's just like a super loud. Gosh, Ridley X's screech is like awful with the headphones on. And sorry, I had to shriek right into my microphone just to try and poorly recreate the sound myself. But if you've heard it, oh boy, do you know it. And you can get a little information on Ridley's improvements. Cerebral casing stable. So he took so much damage back on Zebeth in the original Metroid, because this is right after the first Metroid. They salvaged what was left of his body, and they reconstructed him cybernetically here. And boy, did they work fast, because the fall of Zebeth was not too long ago. This ship just got a transmission saying, hey, Zebeth's base has fallen. Samus Aran has totally destroyed our crap, yo. And then, not too long ago, I don't remember how many hours ago, the, 69. Nice. The escape pods in the first big room with the dead Parasite Queen specimen. It says, like, oh, this pod was jettisoned, like, this many hours ago. So the fall of Zebeth probably was only in the last day or two. So just the fact that they got him here to Talon 4, well, that's actually in the same system. So Samus probably left Zebeth, left the system, reported to the Galactic Federation, resupplied, and then got the distress call. It's like, okay, it's right near Zebeth, I'm going to go investigate. So in probably a couple days, they pulled that guy's body out of where Mother Brain had, you know, initiated self-destruct and pretty much blew up half of the area. They pull Ridley out of all that. And then they reconstruct him in not a lot of time. And he's already combat ready. And probably still in pain. Ridley is probably the Darth Vader of Metroid. When you consider what damages he has endured. Has anyone ever made that comparison before? I feel like no one's made that comparison before. If I actually had a following on Twitter, maybe that could, like, get popular, but whatever. Hard to believe that a winged creature in space is out flying a spaceship with forward-thrusting engines. Ground-based recon required. Begin landing sequence. Like, they do the storytelling better, but that text screen, 2 text screens, one at the beginning, one at the end of the tutorial, set up the entire rest of the game. It's not bad storytelling or anything. I'm just surprised by how perfect it was for the time. And then they expanded on it in Prime 2, and then they went full-on cinematic story in Prime 3, which I can't believe people didn't like that. I mean, yeah, I get the criticism that Samus's journeys are usually her alone on a planet and not having backup, you know, that's part of the Metroidvania appeal, but, dude, they just cranked the story up to 1100. It was so good. I thought it worked perfectly. That's just me. Ah, if only it were that easy. Alright. Yes, I want to save. And now, sadly, I can't do the not the scan dash. I think that's what they call it. You can only do that in the GameCube version. You stand on top of your ship, you lock onto that sucker from a distance, and when you're locked onto enemies, you know if you like double tap the jump button, you dash to the side. Well, you could do that from on top of your ship, manipulate the upward gravity that the ship gives you because you don't have the double jump to make it on your own. You manipulate that and you take that upward momentum out of the zone and you rock it to the left. You catch that and you jump up on top of it. You bunny hop over those and then you get the space jump boots out of that room over there. And that is how you sequence break Metroid Prime. But I don't know of any good sequence breaks on the Wii version, which makes me sad, but whatever. You know what? Let's go towards the artifact temple. Let's save myself the grief of thinking I missed an artifact in the future. When I have 11 of the 12, I'm like, oh my gosh, where is it? And it's like, oh, I didn't get Artifact of Truth. So let's just get that out of the way now so that my count's accurate. Oh, I also gotta scan the jump ship when I get back. Pirate data. Impact crater cinematic we don't have to deal with anymore. Ugh. Alright. Give me just one quick second. I have to add... Let's see, I have my alert box. What's the, okay, I need to add the chat box. This is my vintage Metroid display, by the way. I literally just photoshopped some stuff from Super Metroid. Gave it an overlay. And the blue section above the screen on the right is where the text field goes. The alerts go to the bottom right of the main screen. But yeah, I just needed to figure out the source I need for the chat box, but it's called chat box. So alright, chat box source, let's see. Gonna put it to the center right. Yep. I'm gonna put him center right. That's the perfect place. It's minimally affecting gameplay view. Alright, sweetness. Oh, son of a baconator. Okay, there's a research log for the missile blast shield. Never mind, we'll get back. We'll get that once we, I'll probably come back after Flagra, honestly. Or maybe next time I pass through the entryway to Chozo Ruins, I'll just come over here. Let's go get the beetle. The sap sack. I like these. Sap sack. It involves a chemical reaction because its jelly is so tasty. It's like, oh, you know what? We're going to get eaten to extinction. Let's explode! Kamikaze the piss out of everything that wants to deal with us. Wants to eat us alive. Now only very bold or resilient predators go for it, I think it says. Irresistible odor and sweet nectar. Only brave or ingenious creatures dare devour it. And the classic 2D enemy translated to a 3D space beautifully. The Geemer and the Zoomers. So well done. And then the blast caps. And once we got Blues Ball. Blues Brothers Ball. Boost Ball from Phendrana Drifts. After we kill Flogger and go through Magmore Caverns, of course, we get the space jump boots by riding that half pipe. Okay, I think we have 100% of currently available scans. Once I get Morph Ball, I go left from my ship landing zone, and I can get the Aero Troopers at the frigate entrance. But that's literally it. I remember. Now, Prime 1 doesn't have a scan entry for the Phazon element itself. Prime 2 introduced that. Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna read the lore. Why the heck not? The history of the Chozo stretches back into ancient times, so far into the fog of the past that we know not where our ancestors came from. One thing is clear, however. The Chozo who colonized Talon 4 made a conscious choice to eschew a civilization of advanced technology. We Chozo chose to live in harmony with nature, guided by the providence of the universe. We believe we will spend peaceful days here and plan to leave our words from time to time. And then, just, you know what, I'm going to bring it up real quick. Samus Returns, once you get all the Chozo memories or whatever they're called unlocked, and like, oh, hey, it's like this Chozo fleet from another planet or whatever's arriving, and then you get the special, like, 11th or 13th one, I think it's 12 you collect in total, where that ending screen turns freaky. It goes red, and the visiting Chozo are warlike, and they like kill slash enslave the Chozo of SR388. I'm like, what? I'm like, sorry, Warbringing Chozo are terrifying. So, goodness gracious, I hope they can expand on that in the next Metroid release. Oh my gosh. That just makes me wonder, is Prime 4 going to be after Prime 3 and before Super? Or is it going to be after Fusion? I think those are the only two time periods that make sense to put it in. But if Prime 4 isn't after Metroid Fusion, I hope they make Metroid Dread, or like the spiritual successor of it. We'll see. Once you get the, once you sequence break the space jump boots, you can actually just run straight up that. Once you hit the top of it, you can just double jump into it, and boom, you can grab that right there. You do not need space jump boots. You don't need boost ball, actually. Alright, now we're heading towards a seismic disturbance. Our ship is picked up nearby. Little scarabs, little pack foragers of some kind. They just detect a threat. You're like, you know what? We're going to suicide right in front of him and dare him to walk past us. And that's how you kill a migrating group of scarabs. You walk through them or you shoot them. The Ion. It's an immobilized ocular. It's an immobilized creature comprised entirely of ocular tissue. That has to be a very uncomfortable existence. Can you imagine how annoying all these huge dust particles would be? Alright, new Chozo lore. Many long years have passed since we Chozo first took root in this land. The passage of time has always been a source of fascination to us. It is the belief of many Chozo sages that the truths of the universe hide within the tumbling currents of time's flow. Even as we search for answers there, however, we find illumination in others. Unexpected places. We know not how the ability has come to us, but recently many Chozo have begun to sense things beyond the realm of ordinary perception. Strange sights and inexplicable sensations flood our minds, filling us with visions. We take this growing ability to be a sign of our beginning harmonization with the infinite. Perhaps, finally, the universe's secrets are becoming known to us. Now, I like to think that's possible. like, the more you really open up and study just everything, you can, like, truly start to grasp the greater concepts of existence itself. Could you even imagine? New creature, War Wasp, and the War Wasp Hive. Ship scan's gonna say, hey, save station nearby. So let's shut them up right now by saving and refilling our energy. God, I love that sound effect. It gets... Holy freaking... Why did that scare me? Jeez, why did that legitimately, like, make me practically jump? Chose a sculpture crafted in honor of Talon's star. I don't think they actually... Yeah, they don't actually name the sun in this system. There's plenty of stuff to gain in here. If I could sequence break with the space jump boots, because I would already have the morph ball and be going for the bombs and the charge beam right now. Plasmite. They sense other energy sources like traveling balls of kinetic energy like I'm shooting. They get hostile and they try to attack whatever's... I don't know, it's kind of like if moths actually attacked lamps instead of just flying towards them. That kind of thing. There's also those pulse bombus, or whatever they call them in Prime 2. See, the scans in this game are like Fee from Skyward Sword. If you were able to choose what scans, what information you didn't want her to give you. Skyward Sword is the worst version of basic information crammed down your throat all the time. And Metroid is the good side where, hey, if you want to scan something, you can, but we're not going to make you. Gotta get the Hive Totem itself. And the Ram War Wasp, which is a one-time scan for this encounter. God, this one always hurts my hands. Stop, dang you. That actually hurt a bit more than I expected it to. Alright. Rest my fingers for a moment. Great music, too. Every boss and mini-boss in this game has a pretty dang good banging theme. Some of them are less memorable, like, I don't listen to this theme on repeat. I listen to Thardus and Omega Pirate and Ridley on repeat. Prime 2, oh, Prime 2's boss themes are all... You know what? All the boss themes in this game are pretty dang good, if not great, or better. But a couple boss themes in Prime 2 are lackluster. Prime 3's are all bangers. And Prime 4 hopefully exceeds all expectation in that department. Oh, God, I'm a tard. Last chance for me to scan any of these. Dang it, if you can at least get the target lock and she doesn't fly too close to you, you could potentially follow through on the lock and have another second to get a shot off. It's easier in the GameCube version. This fight is way easier in the GameCube version because you are already centered on your target when you lock on. But that is a function you can enable. Lock on free aim. I'll show you. As soon as I lock onto this guy, it goes into Prime 1 mode. It makes it really easy. You want to turn that off. In Prime 3, you pretty much always want free look on. But there are a few instances where having free aim off is actually very beneficial in this game, and that encounter is one of them. Way easier on the GameCube than with free aim on Trilogy. Human hands are not made to push a button on a Wiimote that much, that's for sure. Our first energy tank. Got the Tangleweed already. You need the Venom Weed, which is the red barbed version of the Tangleweed that actually hurts you when you walk through instead of just slowing you down. On GameCube, when I usually play it, I sequence break and get the early space jump. But the, and I come back to get the actual missile launcher, either never or way later, and I can just, like, destroy it. And it's usually when the, I usually do it when I've already been Flagra, so the water is clean. And if the water's clean and you do the Hive Mecha fight, you get the same cutscene camera angles, but there's no poison water coming out of the spouts. So it's really funny to sequence break in this game. Literally always a good time. And I have to come back down here when I get Morph Ball and the bombs to get the remaining, like, 2-3 missile expansions that are in this area. Which is just sad backtracking that I'll have to do on the Wii version. Also that one. I need Morph Ball and bombs to get that one as well. I need Charge Beam to be able to kill these. If I didn't grab that energy tank, I'd be over halfway dead in just a small handful of hits like that. And that would have nearly killed me. Can you imagine if I was doing a low percent run? And I would have been close to dead right there. Holy crap. I'm gonna have to kill scarabs. Sorry, lost my breath there for a second. Get those health packs. And hey, some missiles don't hurt. Because goodness, those scarabs do damage on hyper mode. If you walk through a horde of those with one energy tank or less, you'll probably die. Magnetic rail track. I don't think that's an actual research entry until Prime 2. But whatever. This music is good. And good news, missiles have AoE, so you can actually kill multiple enemies in a small area. if you get some good enemy placement. Overkill. And then we got the plated beetle. It's a lot of showboating for a really minor mini-boss. These things become pathetically easy to kill once you've gotten the plasma beam. That is not a one-time scan, though. Fun fact, you can come back. Well, if you've played this game enough, you already know. The entry plaza where all those beetles spawn. Later in the game, a plated beetle spawns in their place. So a mini-boss literally just kind of turns into a regular encounter. Except it's only in, like, one location. There might be a second one somewhere else in the game that I've forgotten about. But for the most part, there are only 2 plated beetles you can kill in the game, and they're literally just like 2 rooms apart. And then I need bombs to get the missile expansion in there. And then the wave beam missile combo is up the spider ball tracks in the opposite direction from where I'm going. Also an artifact, I think the artifact of light. But yeah, we'll come back to that for a while. So I'll play the beetle spawns here later in the game. This would be the time to go back to Talon Overworld and get that first artifact and all that crap I was talking about, but nah. I'll do that once I'm done here. Once I'm done with Flagra, I'll take a trip back to my ship, and then I'll come back through here. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Maybe I'll just do it once I return. Oh, no. I know when I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it when I go through Magmoor Caverns on the way to Phendrana. I'm going to go past Phendrana and get the Talon Overworld West elevator, and then I'll hit my ship. Grab those scans I was talking about. A couple missile expansions, and come back through, go to Phendrana Drifts. New Chozo lore entry. Chozo script translated. The surges of negative energy brought by the meteor far exceeded our expectations. We Chozo have yet to find a way to rid ourselves of the great poison. All we can do now is seal it away and wait for the day when a power to purify the poison appears. However, it is already impossible to collect all the pieces of the great poison, as it has already spread, seeping into the planet and hardening. Oof. That's the impact crater where Metroid Prime is festering. Toxin levels are high, and once it's cleared out, clear water will shoot you up in the sky, and you can ride the spider ball tracks, but that's going to be far later in the game. I forget, you get Spider Ball way earlier in this game than when you get it in Prime 2. You get it after beating the Phendrana Drifts boss in this game, but you get it halfway through the last area of Prime 2. Other than, you know, like Sky Temple. The Sky Temple is technically the last area. But Sanctuary Fortress is like the last, you know, the last straight up new big primary area you explore, you know, that's what I'm talking about. Another classic enemy, seamlessly created in 3D. The Reaper Vine. Very cool concept. Rock-dwelling tentacle with an eye. And a natural scythe. Once you clean out your eye and it stops surging with pain, you can emerge and get hit all over again. I found it odd. This one always looked light-ish. I mean, look at those pixelated colors, though. Would you swear that looked like a very, very light blue instead of just blue? What is it about either the lighting in this room or some other factor? that makes that door look more very, very light blue than the typical blue we associate with energy doors in this game, you know? And I don't have a tractor beam, so forget this. Get off the wall, idiot. Their orange eyes are more vivid in this area, too. That has to be a lighting issue. Ah, my favorite details. Steam on the visor. I mean, it's pretty much just fading in an image. But for how old this game is, this game did that kind of attention to detail so much better than most other games of its time. Like, wow, I am always blown away by that. Like, bruh, absolute bruh moment. Blast caps don't like to drop items. I don't know if they actually have an item drop rate of any way, shape, or form. I'm not taking chances. I'm susceptible to dying early in a run. So I'm gonna not take that risk with the pyro war wasp hive. With the barbed war wasps. The green ones. The red ones are a one-time scan for the hive totem. And the barbed war wasp, the green ones, are a one-time scan with the incinerator drone. I believe I am on my way to them right now. Oh, this is the charge beam, actually. First missile expansion. Seriously? Get the frick out. And they also added some extra environmental scans in the Prime Trilogy version too. That which fouls the water seeks the sun, foreshadowing the boss. The great poison comes from Talon's core. I came so close to biting it in this room on my hyper mode playthrough. It was ridiculous. Two out of four. One's up by the door on the upper level. That. Yeah, they changed the five rounds missile replenishment looks different. And then the 10 that's two missile cones stacked on top of each other, that's actually the Prime 2 one, not the Prime 1 version. The Prime 1 version is what we saw right there. And I very much like their designs. They're just sleek. I don't know why I love them so much. I just do. Ah, jump scare. Also, those eyes blink. More great attention to detail by Nintendo, man. Retro. Freaking retro. Retro Studios are amazing. I can't believe Prime 4 started development without Retro Studios, and it took them a year to realize that. Like, who at Nintendo decided, oh, hey, you know what? We're just going to make a follow-up without the guys that made the Prime Trilogy what they were. Alright, lore time. Disaster struck suddenly. We had a vague, dark foreboding, and it became truth. A meteor appeared from nowhere, casting a dark shadow of debris over the land with the violence of its impact. Its destructive force spent. The fallen star burned itself out rapidly, and the incident should have faded into memory. But the meteor brought with it corruption. Prime 3's title right there, foreshadowing the first game, baby. A great poison burst forth into the land, a strange energy that clawed at natural life with a ferocity. That strange negative energy emitted from the meteor expanded to encompass Fallen 4 in a night, as a spider weaves a web. Funny enough, because Metroid Prime actually kind of looks like a spider. See, like, oh, how would you not know a meteor was coming? They chose a non-technological life, and they tried to live simply. So they didn't put up this massive defensive array to scan deep space. They didn't get satellites in the atmosphere and everything, you know? It just makes sense. It makes sense that they wouldn't have that kind of foresight, especially when they're growing spiritually and tapping into the universe as they believe. Also, how does something made of ocular tissue send out a piercing beam that can damage something like that, you know? And then again, I can't go and get this missile expansion because I don't have bombs. I forgot about the Reaper vine that was behind me back there. See, the door kind of looked white-blue there as well, so maybe I'm just stupid. You know, it probably stands out more in that last room because that last room was so much darker looking. The difference is more noticeable in contrast. I worked in paint for 4 years. I know what I'm talking about. But yeah, that kind of stuff matters. The lighting, it changes how colors look to your eye. And every eye is just a little bit different, so everyone perceives color just a bit differently. What's this one? The path of corruption leads even higher. Ugh. Those things can cause some pretty good damage on hyper mode too. Oh yeah, I finally have my tractor beam back. Energy units be like, we're caught in the tractor beam. I should make that a meme. I could have saved while I was down there, but I'll be okay. He said probably like 6-7 minutes before he died to the freaking incinerator drone. Hopefully not. But I'm just a glutton for making awful things happen to myself. Alright, good. We got the purple, we got the red. Now we just need the gold. Those are the only 3 intervals of energy you get in this game. And then the small purple is an homage to the small purple of Super Metroid, while the red one just, like, you know, is bigger, like the big purple was in Super. Stone Toad. Don't want to get near him until I have bombs, because he's just going to kind of chew on me for a minute, recognize I'm not digestible, then spit me out. While otherwise you just want to get inside his gullet and blow him up with a bomb, literally just to get out of your way. That's the only thing Stone Toads are there for, is to get blown up for you to clear your path like twice. Right by the ice beam, they're like a hazard that you have to dispatch kind of to get to the upper level. Okay, let's get the barbed war wasp real quick. Dispatch them. Dude, look at that. They have a stinger facing forward on their... Is that the thorax or the abdomen? I forget. I think it's the thorax. And then they got a big one coming out the back and bottom of it. Can propel the tip of its stinger up to 20 meters. And they regrow seconds after launch, containing an acid compound for predigestion. That is a savage creature. This is the dash function you manipulate with the ship's gravity thrust to get the early space jump boots. Ow, dick biscuit. Alright, one more burnination and the hive is toast. I'm surprised all the wasps didn't come out at once the first hint of flame actually touched their freaking home. Alright, there we go. Incineration! And the bombs. The bombs are back in town. The bombs are back in town. Oh, locking mechanism. Lock system. I forgot that's a separate scan. It would be nice to have a scan like, oh hey, hive destroyed, 0 life signs inside. Tire thing got shrugged. And with that, the Wiimote bomb jump is available. Spring Ball. So by all technicality, Spring Ball exists in Metroid Prime and Prime 2 only in the trilogy version. I'm so glad they put that in though. It made bomb navigation so much easier. Ow. Stupid hiccups. Why must you hurt me like this? That reminds me, I gotta watch more Potter Puppet Pals. I've only seen the mysterious ticking noise. What is that mysterious ticking noise? I found the source of the noise! It's a pipe bomb! Yay! Potter Puppet Pals, man. Good old days. Simpler times, man. The bomb slots a research scan. Cool. Alright. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. This is easier on the Wii version by far because you're saving time on not having to drop bombs to get over the gaps. You either have to get out and just bunny hop over it, or you have to drop a bomb. You can't just bunny hop things. Everything Morph Ball related in Prime 1 is so much easier in the trilogy version. And you have Space Jump boots from sequence breaking on the GameCube. This is even faster, but overall it's easier on the Wii. Boom, boom. That was it already. I thought I had to hit another thing, but nope. Once you trigger the thing, you only have to bomb 2 more slots in a time limit. Goodness, I haven't failed that time trial in forever. Sorry, I'm just checking one thing on my phone real quick. Hey, the stubble's looking good on you, my man. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Steve Ballmer, the former head of Microsoft, of Xbox, tried to buy Nintendo from Microsoft, and Nintendo laughed him out of the room. Such a power move. Ah, I love it. I love people to laugh in the face of big corp that try to buy out everything. Was I the only person surprised by the Bethesda acquisition? Like, man, that was pretty slick. I did not see that coming, and then once it occurred to me, and then once they announced Skyrim on Game Pass, we're all like, Todd Howard, you beautiful SOB, you did it again. You sold Skyrim to us all over again, even though it was just on a subscription, but it's the most freaking economical freaking game subscription. If you're actually making use of it, Xbox Game Pass Ultimate is one of the best deals in the gaming industry. Like, goodness gracious, the sheer amount of crap you can play on Game Pass right now. Dude, Destiny 2 and all of its DLC, on top of Halo MCC and all of its content, which is already free to begin with, just the sheer fact that you have, just for that monthly fee, you got all that, and you got Skyrim Special Edition with all DLC, mod support. That's not even talking about the other great exclusives like Ori and the Will of the Wisps and the Blind Forest. There's so many things. Control, a game I've downloaded and still not played. There's just, it's completely overwhelming how much Game Pass has to offer. Also, with this gear, I am now ready to take on Flagra. We're just over an hour into the actual gameplay portion of the stream. I might have to take a quick break, but that's not going to be just yet. Soon, but not yet. Alright. I don't remember if there's a bigger ammunition bet you can unlock in. You know what? Yeah, let's just go. Oh, nope, that's a spider ball. I need spider ball. I'm not going back there till after I've beaten Thardus. Or I can just do a big 100% cleanup at the end of a regular run. You know what? Maybe it's better for the overall... Because I'm going to put all this on YouTube as well. Whether it's on my personal channel or Beargun Media. Probably just going to do Beargun. I don't know, we'll see. Whether it goes on either of those channels, I want to get this entire trilogy 100% run on there. One, two. Oh, got him already. Hold the phone. I know it's a red scan, but is it? Okay, sandstone. Yeah, morph ball bombs destroy sandstone with ease. Though, to be fair, you could destroy sandstone with, oh, I don't know, a regular blunt object. So it's really nothing to brag home about. Alright. Venom weed. Evolved to thrive in the habits of large organisms. They lure prey with brightly colored leaves and detain it with tiny barbs that deliver a powerful toxin. Venom weeds rapidly decompose anything that succumbs in their midst. And number 4 is right behind me, correct? Yes. Good. My memory's not super reliable, but I'm glad it worked out in this case. Because, like, the last 3 times I've played this game, for some reason, halfway up, I missed one. I get up there, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I missed another one? Seriously? That's happened, like, a lot. It's sad. And then the tone shifts. You're getting into the gnarly. You're getting like into the heart of darkness for Chozo Ruins. Even though it's literally not the darkest place in Chozo Ruins, that comes later. There's the big one. Ultra Energy! Is it as big as Big Dick Energy, though? Let's go back to free aim. Doesn't give you a chance to enter the room before the cutscene. Imagine how good this would look in an HD re-release on Switch. In the, like, Halo 2 anniversary level HD, not, oh, hey, we just upped some frame rates and textures kind of HD. Such a cool design. Oh, hey, the bottom left picture, it's actually showing you the area on the bottom of the panel you want to target. Flagra. This mutant plant is the source of toxic water in the Chozo Ruins. Flagra's growth cycle has been rapidly accelerated. As a result, it requires near constant exposure to solar energy to remain active. This exposure has made Flagra's outer shell thick and durable. Its lower root system is unprotected and vulnerable, however. Exploit this flaw when possible. Concentrated weapon fire can daze it for short periods. Also, that image on the right, the blue is like the exoskeleton, while the orange is the more sensitive stuff. I'm just noticing that that thing actually has, like, eyes and a maw. And that's unsettling. Oh, it's like a Dark Souls basilisk. I always look at the big reds above. Oh my gosh, I'm seeing this thing in a completely different light. Dude, that thing is ugly. I liked it better when I thought the big red things were its eyes. Also, mad respect to the fact that it has sides for arms. An organic creature makes weapons-grade metal arms. That's wild, man. Only in sci-fi. Ugh. Without roots to draw on the poison water for sustenance, it requires even more solar exposure. Alright. That, those vines over the door I came in. That reminds me of the Dark Aegon Wastes Ing Warrior mini-boss encounter, where there's a special... Ugh. Where there's a special webbing over the door. It's a one-time scan. And it's just super, super... it's rare, and it's really, really easy to miss. It's one of the easiest to miss scans in this entire series. Oh gosh, its mandible's disgusting. Dude, that thing gave me frickin' A. That thing gave me dead hand PTSD from Ocarina of Time. Oh god, that thing is ugly. I might start having nightmares of this thing now. Just what I thought was like its face is just a crown. Unlimited power! Oh, get out of my face, bro. Okay, I'm pretty sure I got it, but I have to make extra sure. Flagra Tentacle. I saw it. Good riddance to bad rubbish. I thought its actual skeleton-like face was kind of just like, oh, it's lower mandible, but nah, it was lower and the top. And now, better water starts flowing throughout the ruins, and we flush out all the toxin. Starting with the heart. And as we speak, it's pumping through the rest of the ruins, cleaning stuff out. Various suit. I'm saying various suit because it was a mistranslation of barrier suit, and varia sounds like barrier. Varia doesn't, so I'm calling it various suit. I've always called it various suit. After hearing what it was initially meant to be called, I'm like, yep, that solidifies it. I'm going to keep calling it various suit. I have some newfound appreciation for the base power suit design, though, because of this game. Various suit's cooler, but those flat, more angular shoulders were actually pretty cool. But yeah, ball is life. Water is free of poison. Good, because poison sucks. JK. I like the band Poison. Every rose has its thorn, baby. Goodness, that song was such a freaking mood for me the other day. What's it called? Pulse Bombing. And then the Scatter Bombing was the one that has the electric cables toting against the cylindrical caverns and shafts they patrol for space pirates. What's this one called? Oculus, that's what I thought. Dick Biscuit. Richard Limp Biscuit. AKA Dick Biscuit. Alright, Chozo lore translated. Excuse me. The cries of this dying land echo in our ears as we Chozo watch the great poison seep ever further into the living pulse of the planet. The dark energy sinks into the trees and waters, devouring all life. Peaceful beasts die by the thousands. Some creatures survive, but their forms grow as twisted and evil as the force that fell from the sky. Many of these mutated monstrosities remain small enough to do little harm, but others grow enormous and threaten our very existence. One such beast defiles our sacred fountain, disgorging poison from its foul form, replacing pure flowing water with cascades of creeping death. Even in the face of such horror, we Chozo do not turn in fear. We are all that stands in the way of this great poison, and it is our duty to contain it. Brimstone? Cordite. I'm a silly boy. Do they still call it Cordite in Prime 2? Is that where my misguidance is coming from? I like this room. I don't know why, I just like it. Getting up here is way more bothersome on the GameCube version because you have to bomb. Or get out of Morph Ball and bounce and then get back into Morph Ball. Also, this is a lot easier on the Trilogy version. Triple bomb jump is way... it depends. It's not hard timing to get right, but I find triple bomb jumping to be a bit more fun in this game. Chozo script translated. The future is a vague thing, ever-changing and always in doubt. Even if we Chozo could gain the ability to foresee the future, it would be a hollow gift, for we could never hope to control what has yet to occur. The fountain is an example of this. The day may come when its water dries up, and there is nothing we could do to stop such a tragedy. But we do know this. Unlike the uncertain flow of water, the power of our will is strong and enduring. The will of the Chozo will never run dry. Except it kind of seems to have done that, yeah? I mean, we don't even know where or what you things are anymore. Maybe that's a mystery we can unlock in Prime 4 or in another Metroid game in the future. Maybe by 2035 another game will come out after Prime 4 finally releases, and I don't know, 2028. Haha, Metroid Prime 4 being late jokes are funny. That was good timing. If a bomb that's not directly on your spot goes off when you're actually in the slot, then it still reads the impact because the bomb has a bit of an AoE. So that's just a fun little thing you can do. This is one of my all-time favorite rooms in any video game. I don't know why, just something rubs me right about this room. Never get tired of it. Like everything that isn't a big room, because you know, main plaza, ruined nursery, ruined gallery. Most other places are called access. All the tunnels are called accesses for the most part. Should I could have put some, like that room I was just in, like, why not call it, like, mineral deposit? It does help with orientation and stuff, so I do get that side of it, but I would like some nicer names for some of the nicer transition rooms. And this glove on my right hand now is bothering me, so I'm going to take it off. Compression gloves. I like how they advertise on the box. They're like, oh hey, it has less seams for more comfort, and it's still quite uncomfortable around the webbing of my thumb especially. And the webbing between my fourth and fifth fingers. Also, just like indigenous birds that explode into plumes of feathers when you shoot them. Who the frick do you think you are, Retro, making such detailed games in 2002? Get the frick out, man. The passion is there, man. Which is why I'm okay with, like, 2022 or 2023 being the Prime 4 release date. Because if they can do the game right, it'll be worth the wait. Just like I hope Halo Infinite is next year. And hey, if you're a Halo fan, I'm gonna run through here. I think there might be an expansion I can grab out here. If you're a Halo fan, Joseph Staten has been working alongside 343 on Halo Infinite. They brought him in to help with some stuff. I don't remember the exact details, but he's apparently played the campaign from start to finish and was very pleasantly surprised by it, or like in all the best ways. I forget what its exact wording was, but he effectively said, yeah, this is like way better than I thought it would be. So if Joseph Staten himself gives Infinite his seal of approval, I am beyond way the heck more hyped for Halo Infinite already. Absolutely excited. Oh, I could have gotten that one forever ago. Oh, yeah, you know what? Sure, why not? Oh, never mind. I thought that was a save station. I'm a moron. What are you? Liquid in this area returning to normal. Toxins within safety tolerances. So it's not purified, but it's like, not a hazard to the exterior of my suit and its shielding. So that's good. No flaws detected. So the dark stuff is practically indestructible, but those can be weakened. So I can already see I gotta collapse the underside of this one to clear my path to the right. So boom, we'll take him out, and then I can bomb my way past those other ones. Boom diada. You can also fall out, so you gotta keep pressing towards the wall. Or you gotta start the traversal over. And then you can just exit the entryway right here and go out the door right underneath. There's only the missile expansion on top of the half pipe, and then there's one I can't access while I have the grapple swing. And then I can't take this without the grapple. Yeah, I can't traverse that without grapple. And then there's a power bomb thing there too. So that's a late game only area. And then that's a mid game. And then I have access to, around mid game, I go to get the ice beam. Then I have access to the rest of that area, and I can get most of the upgrades there on the first pass. And then in the end game, I'll have to go back for a couple other things, mostly for the plasma beam. But I believe I have everything out of here. Again, I just need more stuff. That's another late game or end game pass right there. Should have everything out of here. On my next casual pass through the area, I'll be able to get most of this stuff. And then that's an endgame revisit. Okay, so for now, Chozo Ruins is done. Phase 1 Chozo Ruins complete. That was close. I like just briskly going through a place and like, oh hey, you just whimsically dodged like 4 lasers in a row. Nicely done. It's like, oh, it was nothing. Because you're just that good. Kill yourselves. Silly birds. Okay, get off me. Sending them into a frenzy. Boing. Boing. Alright. Chozo Ruins theme 2 is amazing. Alright. Give me just a few minutes, ladies and gentlemen. I shall be right back. Boom. Alright. Sorry for that wait. That was a bit longer of a break than I expected. We're coming up on the 2 hour mark for the full stream. I'll probably be ending it here in the next 40 minutes tops. Boom, boom. You tricked me. Stupid fat hobbit. Tricksy hobbitses. I got you. 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 Anyways. Onward. Boom, 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 boom. Grisby. Burrower. You spitting mad spit at me, son. There we go. Compared to Chozar Ruins, this one's a bit lame. But the music. The best version of Ridley from or Norfair. For a place called Magmoor Caverns, I would expect more actual Magmoors to be present. Oh, Puffers? They have a better name in Prime 2. They're just called Preeds, which is way more interesting than something called a Puffer that just puffs out stuff. Ah, yes, these disc platforms do drop. Just the underlying beats are so good. And then underneath. Oh, just all the layers make it a sexy little flaky, delicious treat with multiple layers. I'm not a pastry chef. I don't know what the kind of pastry I'm thinking of is called. And then Triclops. If you sequence break with the space jump boots, you can just double jump over that and not deal with the Triclops at all. Let's see here. Which corner was that? Oh, it's down under there, but I accessed the undercroft of this place from over here. Over here. There we go. Ah, yes. Suck it, noobs. I'm not saying you're the dumbest creatures ever, but you're certainly not the highest on the totem pole. I like this little room. A storage cavern, just, you know, architect. Just like, oh, hey, how about we make the suspended thing over a pool of lava, and, you know, we just make these, like, little square compartments point in, like, 3 separate directions, and then we store our cargo at the end of that. Other space pirate buddy just turns to him and says, "Bro, what kind of spice are you smoking right now?" Uh... Boom, ba-dum, ba-dum, bum, bum, boom, boom. I love it. Never gets old, dude. And then I could super missile that. Platforms are... I can't even cross them all without double jumps, so I'm not gonna try. Bypass these puffers. Beep boop. Alright. Alright, let's gain access to Phendrana. Take the shortcut back to Tlon Overworld. Get some pickups, and then I'll end the stream. Geothermal power routing to the station is complete. Unstable magma flow is a concern. Remove tower from geothermal grid if fluctuations exceed safety levels. See? Space pirates have safety levels, man. Local crystal formations possess low phase and residue. They do have high value to the monks of Grundheim, however. Recommend processing of crystal for that market once phase and operations cease. If phase and operations cease. Yeah. Okay. Bada bing, bada boom. Oh, that's right, the boost ball. I was thinking, like, where's the thing I gotta activate in the tower here? Well, the boost ball is required, and it's for the artifact of strength? Yeah, it's the artifact of strength. I was about to call it the artifact of hero, which I'm pretty sure is not a thing. Oh, I thought there was a save station here. Nah, I'm thinking of the save station after Thardus, and it's from the it's over here at the south end of Magmore Caverns. Okay, so access to Phendrana Drifts North granted. Alright, we shall return in a bit. And I can't believe my... Oh. Okay, never mind. I thought chat... Oh, nope, chat box is muted. Do not want that. I would like to hear if any new messages appear. Thank you kindly. Bada bing, bada boom. Negative infinity, I don't like it, even though I have 499 energy now. Also, boom. If you're playing this for the first time, and you don't know what the elemental beam weapons are in this series. And if you're paying attention, you can get a sneak peek at one of your upcoming beam weapons. Bendezium. And then they just call it Denzium in Prime 2. So that was interesting change for them to do. You cuck. Full energy tank lost. There we go. Ah, don't want to run myself off the rails. Except, there's an attainable item. Oh, what are those space pirate runes? I think one time I was getting through this area, or maybe I was just watching someone else's casual blind playthrough of this, where he was like super low on health right here, and he was very carefully inching himself across, because if he fell down, you know, he had like 15 energy and he was gonna die. Or maybe that was just me playing at one time. I feel like it was me watching someone's blind run though. I like never take damage from a Magmore's fire breath. That's the fun thing. It's like really easy to dodge. And going up that way yields you nothing but spider ball tracks and like infinite lava. Oh yeah, the last person I was watching play this casually actually tried to go into the lava and see if he could get around. And then he either died or came really freaking close to dying on his way back. He's like, oh crap, I can't go anywhere. I gotta get out of here. And then you're like, going over this, you're like, oh, what the heck? But it's just steam. You're more than adequately protected, so you just duck underneath and you grab a freaking missile expansion. That's one of the more cleverly concealed ones. Triple kill. Also, the charge beam visual effects only get better in each subsequent Prime game. Prime 3's charge beam looks amazing. Root Cave. The blood... Blood flower. Ejects toxic spores, toxins, or poisonous even to the flower itself. 3 mouth nodules protrude from the stalk beneath the flower, each with a rudimentary brain cluster and the ability to spew toxic fumes at anything within a 5-meter radius. The spores ejected from the stigma at the center of the flower are sufficient to kill the creature if they explode in its vicinity. Yeah, you can either detonate its own poison right after it ejects it, or a moment after it ejects it. It's close enough. Kill it with a burn effect like a plasma beam, or just detonate the sap sacks, which one semi-decently placed missile will easily take care of. And boom, we're right back here at Talon Canyon. Beautiful. Oh yeah, another great attention to detail, water droplets. The best part, you get undercover. They programmed zones where the game's just like, yeah, you know what? we're just gonna freaking put so many good details into this game. When they're under protection, under foliage, under cover, boom, and then you look all the way up, you get more raindrops than you get when you're just looking dead on. How freaking brilliant are they? Ah, yeah, baby. See, this is a great transition room. Waterfall cavern with a cave in that you need the morph ball to get through. See, like, this would look pretty IRL, man. Ah, I love it. Wussy. Like, confirm sighting of the hunter. So they go back to report to base. It's like, crap. Same type of container found on the research frigate. The material seeping out from the ruptured metal is highly toxic. Analysis indicates this may be the phazon compound the space pirates were using in their biological experiments. And that is the single deadliest thing in the game, other than certain attacks from certain enemies, like especially on hyper mode where you take way more damage than on normal mode, and a good deal more than on veteran. But my gosh, that thing absolutely destroys you. That canister destroys you on hyper mode. Hyper mode on Prime 2 is even crazier. Hyper mode on Prime 2 gave me some grief, and I was stingy about getting all the frickin' energy tanks and ammo expansions. There we go. I'm like brain farting super hard. But yeah, energy tanks, missile expansions, and energy expansions, beam ammo expansions. That's what they're called. And it was still a really difficult run. I had a couple deaths on that run. I actually think I almost died to a boss I like never died to in that game. Go away, go away. Temple Hall, Temple Security Station, Temple Lobby. I mean, it's more interesting than Temple Access. And then Artifact Temple. I love this because it looks like a visor. Oh, that's because I'm on the inside of a Chozo helmet, basically. Alright, 2 lore entries to read real quick. Chozo script translated. Throughout our living nightmare, as we battle with this unyielding darkness, we Chozo see a light. This light glows with promise, chasing the shadows cast by the great poison and purifying that which has grown toxic. It is strange, though. At times, it looks to our eyes as if the light coalesces into the figure of a woman. What? Burning brightly, the prophecy comes to pass. When the light recedes, the Chozo's long vigilance of containment will finally come to an end. Like coalesces into the form and shape of a woman. Chozo script translated. The containment of the great poison. this task has befallen to the Chozo, and we will not flee from our duty, even as we suffer with the land and its creatures. We will pour our will into the 12, the artifacts that, when brought together, form the lock that holds this great evil at bay in the depths of the planet. This lock must stand up to all who might come to assault it, to preserve the power of the seal, and to protect it from those who would meddle for their own designs. We will spread the artifacts across the land, hiding them from prying eyes. The lock must never open until the day comes when the disaster can finally be put right. See, that's a really interesting way to set up the concept of prophecy in a sci-fi game. I love it. The first of 12. Alright, hints available. Let's fill up the logbook. Sun Chamber, that's Chozo Ruins. The Shrine of the Warrior, this artifact of strength that I was actually referring to recently. The artifact of truth has been returned. You have restored power to this Chozo totem. Invaders have claimed Phendrana. Ah, this is the top of the research base. The Tower of Light in the Ruins. This is the one directly to the left of the entryway. Within the ruins of our home, we honor our fallen elders in a great hall. The Hall of Elders. Oh, yes. Oh, yawn. Yawn and lose my breath. One of Talon's far corners, a grove of life lies. The Life Grove, that's where you get the X-ray visor. That is a great area. I love that place. Phendrana's Edge, aka Techno Wub Wub Land. Why isn't the artifact of newborn getting one? There's a couple. Is there 2 or 3 in Phase and Mines? Boom. Oh. Oh, then the Talon Overworld Theme 1 starts right back up. Here in the, that visor looking window was the wings of a Chozo Guardian. I love it. What a beautiful place, huh? And then the other side here is caved in. Alright. Alright, space pirate log. Field teams report are in on an aged structure of alien design built on the surface of Talon 4. Studies show the structure projects a containment field. This field bars access to a prime source of energy within a deep crater. Science team believes the field is powered by a number of strange Chozo artifacts. We have found some of these relics, and studies on them have begun. As the field could hinder as this field could hinder future energy production operations on Talon 4. We must dismantle it as soon as possible. If this means the destruction of the Chozo artifacts, it will be done. Yeah, please don't do that. That's very not smooth jazz of you. And it feels like just over that bend is our ship's landing zone. The Talon Canyon's right over there, and then Chozo Ruins. Transport is off yonder way. And from down the crater, there's actually kind of a window into an elevator of lower phase of mines visible. I mean, it's not actually visible, but like, you know, when you get in the elevator in phase of mines, you're looking down like, oh, hey, there's the impact crater. It's got a little bit of that, shows a little bit of that Dark Souls-esque interconnectedness. Doesn't do it as well as Dark Souls, but for being well ahead of Dark Souls, I'd say good freaking job to Retro once again. This is just basically me just playing the Prime trilogy and gushing over how well Retro Studios has designed everything. Alright, and with that, I'm concluding the stream right there. When we come back, I'll be en route to Magmoor Cavern, so we're not going to start, I might not start right here next stream. So, next stream should be 2 to 3 days from now. It's definitely not going to be tomorrow night. I got some stuff to do. It could be Friday night. And as for people watching this on YouTube, next episode will probably be available this week. I'm probably going to release... I don't know how I'm scheduling my release. I'm going to try to have at least one video up every week. And I'll do gameplay series. If I get enough footage prepared, I'll do multiple... I'll do like 2 releases in a week, like one on Monday, one on Thursday perhaps, or maybe Tuesday and Friday, or Wednesday and Sunday. I like to put stuff out on Sunday because it's one of my most chill days. In any case, that's been the stream. This has been the beginning of the Metroid Prime trilogy 100%. We're 100% completing all of the trilogy. I might pull out a little bit of a guide to help me on Prime 3 because it's the one I'm least familiar with. But thanks Azure for hopping in the chat, and thanks to all viewers present and future. I appreciate you guys. I hope this has been somewhat entertaining. Maybe you've noticed some details about the game you haven't missed before. If you like any of those, tell me about them in the comments down below. And if you think there are some details I might want to keep an eye out for, give me some cryptic hints in the comments as well, because I'll keep an eye out for them. Let's see what kind of details we can point out in Phendrana Drifts in the next stream video. Alright, I'm your boy Breezy. You guys have a good day. Peace out.